Cool.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Molo360 podcast. I'm here with... I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm here with Strawberry Station. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Good to be here.
Alright. So, first and foremost, who are you? And what do you do? For people who don't know.
Hello, everyone. My name's Strawberry Station, and I am a music producer from England, currently based in Canada. I mostly make future funk, but you'll also catch me doing vaporwave, lo-fi, you name it. I just like music, and I like the online community around it. So, yo.
Yeah. How's it going? Yeah. I wanted to know your background on music and how did you start making it and what inspired all
I
your
mean,
creation?
I've done music for a long time now, about more than a decade. I mean, me and my friend used to play in a band in school and stuff, so it's always been an interest. In terms of electronic music and stuff, it's really been a recent thing. I got into it kind of more. I say 2017 is about the time when I discovered vaporwave for the first time, and then not long after that it was future funk. So we're around 4 years in at this point, but yeah, I basically just stumbled across it because I used to go drinking at my friend's house, and he used to play the tunes while we were on the sofa. It was mostly stuff like Thundercat and the Midnight and stuff, and then the vaporwave started to creep in. So I was listening to Floral Shop and Blank Banshee for the first time, and then one day he just drops Cherry Pepsi on there, and I'm just sat back in my seat, drunk and whatever else, and I just hear that bass line hit, and it goes bow. I'm just straight up in my seat, what was that? Bro, and then it's the video. It's the video with all the all the old Pepsi commercials and stuff. Was it David Dean Burkhart's one? I think the one everyone knows off YouTube, where it's got all the sick footage. And yeah, I was hooked. I went straight in for that, and it was I never looked back really. I went straight home. I discovered artsy music, and then I decided to start trying to make it myself. 4 years later, here I am in Canada talking to you.
Yeah, you're in Canada. You used to be in England. How was the move? Why did you move?
So I think after I started to get into the music and stuff, and it started to be more serious as a result of kind of being part of this scene, it kind of drew me out of my shell a bit and made me realize that I wanted to do something while I was still young, I guess. I mean, I know this baby face. I know I've got a bit of a baby face, but I'm 28.
I hate to interrupt, but baby faces are good. I'm literally 23 and I look older than you. Okay, so
you don't look older than me. That's nonsense. To be honest, the webcam's lack of detail is hiding the stubble, so it's good. But if I shave, I still get ID'd. So
so I have an older sister, and we went out for drinks, and they ID'd her and not me. So, having a baby face is a good thing, okay?
Surprising. I don't even know how to answer to that. I completely lost my tangent now. All right, so basically, I was saying, yeah. So I was working a 9 to 5, a salaried job, doing transport planning and whatever.
Transport. What?
Yes. Well, I did geography at university, and the plan was to go into teaching originally. I spent a year teaching.
Wow.
And then I got the job, which was a graduate job, which was relevant to my degree. And I went through it, and it was all right, but I just didn't vibe with it, man. And I don't see myself ever vibing with that kind of 9 to 5 office environment. It was so dull. And I needed something, some sort of escape, and music ended up being the escape. So once I started to talk to people in the scene and stuff, and started to make friends, some of my earliest friends in the scene were folks like Mr. Wax, Melanade, Mare, and Jelly Bonbon and like a bunch of other guys involved with like Private Suite magazine and stuff, and I started to get more and more involved. And it started to draw me out my shell a bit, you know, because I hadn't been really doing much with my life like during those kind of months, like say 2016 to 18 or whatever. And yeah, it just kind of like grew and grew, and as the music grew with it, I started to like gain more confidence. I think by like 2019, I was like thinking about what I could do, because I really wasn't vibing with the job anymore. Mm-hmm. And I'd always wanted to travel to Canada, and I knew about this like scheme you could apply for, which was like a working holiday permit that lasts 2 years, and anybody under 30 could apply for it. And I was 26 at the time, so I was like, well, I better do it now.
Yeah.
Not really expecting anything. It was more just something, you know, like you know, if it happens, it happens. And then normally it takes them about 6 months to get back to you, but within like a month, they'd already invited me to apply properly and like go give my fingerprints in London.
Wow.
Which was a very awkward conversation. I remember the very first day that I worked in my new team, because my job involved like jumping between like teams every few months or whatever. It was almost like being back in school almost. You were mentored in different teams and stuff. So I went to my new team, and literally the day before, I got the message from the Canadian government saying, right, you need to come down to London and give your fingerprints at our national database so that we could get you into the country.
I have to ask, did you feel like you were a criminal?
Yeah, totally. And not just like, because of not just because I'll use samples so much, but yeah, it was a very awkward conversation, because we were on this long road trip on the first day. It was really fun. We were like going out to Peterborough or something on the road. So I was just in the car with my new boss or whatever. And like straight up, I asked him, "Yo, can I have Wednesday off, please? Like, why? I've got to go to. So you're not going to believe this, but I am actually planning to leave the country. I want to go to give my fingerprints or whatever." And you know what? He was awesome with me. He was like, he was, you know, he was very supportive about it. He was like, "Yeah, follow your dreams, man." And he kept it a secret from everyone else in the team as well, like until it was all official, and I could actually say,
"It is really sweet." That was your
so
boss.
Yeah, wow. He gave me like an open reference letter to help me get jobs when I got here and stuff as well. So yeah, he was a real one who really helped me out. Like, yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, and, like I hopped on a plane January 2020, got to Canada, had 3 good months, and then the pandemic hit. I've just been kind of vibing in Toronto since last April, so I've been here about a year in Toronto now, about a year and a half in Canada. General.
Wow, that's so cool. Are the people as nice as like they say they are? Because I hear like from everyone that Canada is like.
Yeah, you know, it's a stereotype, but it's one that rings true. I'll never forget the first morning I spent in Canada. I went downtown into Toronto because Leicester City were playing a soccer football game. So I decided I'll ease myself in easily. I'll go and have breakfast and watch the game, because it was like 10 a.m. Canadian time that the game kicked off. And I got to the bar, and it was a bit weird. It was a bit like opening the doors to like a saloon, and everyone's like staring around like, who are you? Who are you? What are you doing here? Like, whatever.
Is it because everyone knows each other or something? Are you in a small town?
No, I was in the middle of Toronto. It was just a bit weird. I had to come out of my comfort zone a bit, because I wasn't the sort of person who in Britain would like just walk into a random bar and start talking to people. But like, here I had to do it because I had to like make friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But I sat down at this place, and the people next to me at the bar like started to strike up a conversation. It's like, "Hey man, where are you from?" It's like, "Oh, I'm from Leicester." Leicester City? Yeah. It was like the guy just like instantly got out his keys, and he had like a Leicester key ring on.
What?
And yeah, it turns out they were both big fans, and we just like talked for the whole game, and they ended up buying me my breakfast and a few drinks. Breakfast beers. So
are you guys...
I ended up getting.
Like
just because like I was new to the country, basically, they bought me my breakfast and
that's
like
really
a whole round of drinks.
sweet.
Yeah, I've had loads of like examples of that as well. I mean, I'm good friends with Indie Advent, the Utopia District guy, formerly of Private Suite. He was one of my like big like connections in Canada before I came here because I didn't really. But he's been great to me, like a really good friend in terms of like looking after me and stuff, and like helping me out when I needed. I mean, he was the one who like hired a car to like move all my stuff because I was living in London, Ontario for the first 3 months, but I was struggling to find work, so I took a gamble on moving to Toronto, and he came all the way out there, like hired a car and road trip to me over here to help me move in. Yeah, it was nice. And
do you live with him?
No, he lives downtown, so we're not going to see each other for a few weeks now because it's lockdown, stay-at-home order, so we can't really do much. But yeah, we've hung out a lot, like over the past year or whatever. I think the best example of like people being nice to me would be my friend Sophie, who the Heskets, who doesn't like my artwork. Like, I mean,
who
it's there on the
doesn't like
screen
your
now.
artwork? Wait, what? Does all your artwork?
She does. She draws my artwork. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought you said doesn't like your artwork. I was like, wait.
I should hope she does. She draws it.
Yeah.
It's her artwork. But
shout out Sophie. I love
really
like
artist.
Yeah. She's so
all
kawaii.
Of those pictures on your screen there, like all 3 of those like drawings were by her.
Yeah, I love the chibi one. It's so cute.
Yeah, the one of me, like I'm gonna use those as like reaction faces for like YouTube videos and stuff in the future. I've got more time to make them now. I've got like 6 weeks of nothing, so I might as well make one or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, she her and her partner Zeph like became really good friends of mine. They came out to Toronto 1 month because they were getting a tattoo. And you know, we hit it off and stuff and started hanging out. I ended up traveling out there when restrictions allowed for like just to go and visit and like see the countryside and stuff. And oh man, their families are so nice. Like they like took me in as one of their own and stuff. It was like being part of the family. Oh and,
so it's true. Canadians are nice.
They are. They're absolutely lovely. I got spoiled for my birthday and for Christmas as well. Like this jacket that I'm wearing now, Steph's family got it for me, like as a Christmas present. I've got I've got those scented candles and stuff. I burn this maple syrup candle whenever I get a chance. It smells amazing. Can.
That's cool.
They've just done nothing but spoil me. I feel like the baby of the family at this point, like both families. I felt right at home as soon as I got on that train, like, and got to hang out with them. So yeah, I've had some like lovely times with them as well. We saw each other over Christmas, like within reason where we could as well. So yeah, it's I've had pretty limited opportunities to meet new people while I've been here because of the pandemic and the fact that everyone's locked down all the time. But where I have and where I've actually made new friends, they've been amazing. I mean, it's been lovely. It's been lovely. And
well,
yes, Canadians are lovely.
Yeah.
Super nice.
How has the creative like flow been since you like moved?
It's not been the best, to be honest. I think being stuck indoors all the time is not the best way to feel inspired to write new music. You've got to have a certain amount of like energy around you. Sometimes I have to drag myself out of that and like make myself like inspire myself almost, like whether that's like going on a bike ride or just doing gardening. I've been doing so much gardening recently.
Gardening? Really?
I planted a lawn and like a flower bed and all sorts. I'm like living the boomer dream around the back there.
The boomer dream. Are you okay? I've been seeing gardening like trend nowadays within like the Zoomers, so it's not really like a boomer thing. I feel like it's an everyone thing. It's. I wish I could, but I feel like I'd kill. Like, I would just kill these plants.
Just kill the plant.
Yeah, I don't think I want to deal with life.
I don't know. I think
right now.
I think I always associate it with being a boomer thing because I spent like 10 years slaving on my dad's garden. Like like he bought this house with a really long back garden, and he used to get us out there on cold like winter days, like laying slabs and cutting the lawn or whatever. I did genuinely enjoy it, and I've learned a lot about like gardening and looking after plants and stuff. So when I'm out there like pottering around the shed and whatever, and like planting little cosmos and whatever, I saw a bird on our bird feeder for the first time today. It was a little woodpecker, like just vibing, eating the seeds and stuff. So that was nice.
That's so
but yeah,
cute.
I think in terms of like the actual music, I'm feeling good right now. Like I don't know if you're going to like mention like my plans going forward at any point, but
definitely am.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna have a lot more spare time now, so I'm gonna try and like channel some of the good energy I'm feeling at the moment into making some new stuff, and hopefully, there's a whole bunch of projects that I've got on the go at the moment that are just in various states of completion, and I really want to share them with everybody. But there's a couple where it's like I want to release it at this date because it's like got some meaning to it or whatever. So there's one that I want to release in September. There's one that I want to release in June, and then the rest it'll just hopefully will fall into place, and there'll be loads of new music this year.
Hell yeah! Are you into like music videos? Are you gonna do any?
Yes, there is one that I really want to do a music video for. The song that I premiered at, I think it was Disco Forever. We did Time to Myself, like the song that used like Michael Jackson, Want to Be Starting Something, which I'm going to have to like change the sample of because there's no way I'm ever getting that cleared. So I'm going to have to like, get some lyrics for it instead. But basically, I want to do a video for that, and I've discussed it with Indy as well. He's going to come around and like film me just vibing, and we're going to go around Toronto. The plan is obviously it's not going to happen until lockdown ends, but the plan is to just buy a giant strawberry suit and just film me going around Toronto, like just doing things in a strawberry suit. Like, I want to go like
wait, really like one strawberry, and it's just a really big strawberry. Are you gonna paint your face?
Possibly.
Are you gonna get like a red suit, like a pink guy red suit? Oh my god! I can't wait for this.
I could just get like one of the pink guy suits, so you get like a red one instead.
Yeah.
Bring back Filthy Frank kind of thing. But that was literally it. That was the plan for a music video. Was I was just going to go vibing around Toronto dressed in a giant strawberry suit. That's the video. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You mentioned your samples with Michael Jackson. How do you get like, how do you like find your samples, like, or yeah?
but that's one that I've always. That particular one was one that I always wanted to like include in a song, although it's really because obviously it's one of those ones where I'm treating it as more of a remix kind of thing. It's one of those that I'm never gonna release in its form because I might as well just like declare, like just hold my hands up now and accept like the DMCA now. But it's stuff like that. Like it's more for like live shows and stuff. Like if I'm going to do a live set, it's like something sick that you can like drop when you're in the club, which I'm missing immensely. I've got my controller right here with me. I'm just like ready to like go for it. But oh god, I just switched my switch on. That was unintentional. But yeah, I like to kind of crate dig, which has been difficult again since the pandemic started. But a lot of the songs that I have enjoyed the most have been ones that I have found on vinyl or on a cassette or whatever, and just like looked into that artist through there. I like to find like really old kind of like samples. I think the stuff I vibe most with is like old disco and funk kind of stuff.
Interesting. I wanted to ask, because I'm very curious about this, since you make future funk and it's kind of like dance music, do you think a lot about, or like is it important to you that you kind of motivate like a groove, like someone dancing? Like, is that important when you make music? Like, you want someone to dance to it?
Yeah, you know, it's I like good vibes. I always said, like, even when I first started out, what I wanted to do was like put smiles on faces. And,
that's a really great. I love that.
Having fun and dancing is part of that. You know, I never want to be one of these artists that ends up taking themselves too seriously or like ends up their own butt. But you know, I've always kind of had this kind of like, I don't know if you can call it like self-deprecation or whatever, but like I am blessed to like be in a position now where it's like I have people that genuinely like my music and like the vibe I give off, and I'm grateful for that. And you know, I just want to keep real, if that makes sense. You know, it's what I'm like. I'm just like this. I'm just somebody that wants to have fun and wants to have a party within reason at a socially distanced level. But you know, dance music and like disco and stuff, it's always just something that it's kind of like been on my radar because my mum loved disco growing up. She was a child of the 70s, so she had disco and then punk and stuff.
Does she like Donna Summers?
Yeah. Donna Summers. Her absolute favourites were stuff like ABBA, Earth, Wind and Fire, Chic. You know, she had all those records up the loft, and I just completely ignored them when I was first getting into vinyl and stuff. I remember the first records I ever got down out of the attic were Bob Marley Legend, which I found up there while I was playing with the model train set we've got up there. I was like, oh wow, records! I've never seen a record before. And I remember I took Bob Marley Legend down and I just like put it in my room, like almost just like to look at it because it's this is cool. It's Bob Marley's face, 12 inches wide. And eventually she just told me, it's like, you know, we've got working players up there, you can like play them, because she wanted to listen to them again. And I know for a fact now that I'm gone from home, she's using my record player to listen to all her old records at the moment.
Oh my god, you didn't bring your record player?
No, I'm not. I can't fit that in the case. No, unfortunately, not. I've not had access to a record player. Well, I could have probably at a push done it, but I'd have probably ended up damaging it or whatever. So yeah, I've not been playing records for the past year and a half. I've only had I brought some cassettes and my Walkman. That was it. So the tape obsession has been great because I've been able to you know, they're smaller, and the cassette collection here is kind of getting out of hand now because I'm going to be going home by the end of the year, and I've got to think seriously about how many I can bring back with me. But you know, I have that record collection, and it's largely my own now. But the records that started it off were her records, and they were mostly like classic rock and like punk and stuff. She was very into like the UK punk scene, like as a kid, like all the big ones. Like she's got loads of Clash records, Sex Pistols, the Undertones.
Oh my god! Well, that's where like punk really started with the Sex Pistols and like Vivienne Westwood and stuff.
It's cool, and you know, I always like that. But like, you know, even growing up like as a kid that liked the classic rock and stuff, I always had like in the background, like mum was still listening to like dance music in the kitchen and stuff. I remember she was into like the big French house songs that were on the radio at the time. So like so stuff like Room 5, Mojo, Stardust. I remember Music Sounds Better With You and Make Love, listen to the music being on loop in the kitchen when she was doing the ironing or the cooking or whatever, because she had like the single, you know, the cassette single. Unfortunately, she trashed the Room 5 one eventually. I that's not actually part of my collection, but yeah, she was into that, and you know, that music was always in the background growing up, and just when I was really getting into music. So even though it wasn't something that I ever like would like look for and listen to personally, you know, I always liked it, and it's always been nostalgic to me because it takes me back to like my childhood and the earliest times when I was really getting into music. my stepdad was really into like rave in the 90s and stuff, and my absolute earliest music memories have been in the garage while he was like taping rave mixes off of the local radio and stuff. He's still got some of those tapes as well. I dug some of them out. I've got like radio mixes of like rave songs and stuff from 1995 and whatever.
Wow.
And it's such a cool little time capsule. You think maybe like none of these recordings exist anywhere else now. It's almost lost media. Yeah, you know, thanks to my stepdad, you know, I've got that. But again, that sort of like dance music, even though it wasn't my thing, because you know I was more your Black Sabbath, your AC/DC kid, you know, and then like latterly like stuff like The Darkness, Electric Six, and whatever growing up. Then Green Day, pop punk hit me hard. Pop punk hit me like a freight train. I love pop punk.
Yes.
But like in the background, you know, I always had like this like disco and like house music like around, and I think that stuck with me. And so when I got into future funk and stuff, and I started thinking about sampling and stuff, it was always in the back of my mind, and it's like just slowly grown from there. And now it's like a real like, for me, a nostalgic thing and a connection to a really, really fun time of my life growing up, and like listening to all this, and just like being a little like annoying little 4-year-old just raving in the garage with my dad or whatever. It takes me back to a more innocent time. You know?
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Thank you for talking about that.
It's okay. I love to talk, as you can tell.
Yeah. Well, Enrail asked what controller that was that you had in your hand.
This baby, it is a DDJ 200. So this is like, it's bottom of the line, but I bought it because I wanted something during all these like lockdown times when I'm not doing anything. So, because you know, we can't get into the club at the moment and actually like practice. I'm actually one of those rare people that that got most of their practice on CDJs, like actual like club units, rather than these little like plug and play USB things. Because back in England, there's a kind of there's a chain of practice studios called Pirate Studios, and they don't just have like music, they don't just have like recording rooms, they also have like DJ rooms that have like the actual DJ decks, and you can hire them out like on an hourly basis. It's like £5 or £6 an hour.
And that only exists in the UK?
Yeah, it's really sick. There's like one in Leicester. My very first time ever DJing, I went up to Leeds and I met up with Mr. Wax and then later on Jelly Bomb Bomb. And he was teaching me how to DJ on one of these like proper like CDJ things, because you just go to like some industrial estate in the arse end of like Leeds and whatever, and then there's just a door, you go through it, and suddenly there's all these practice rooms around you. It's like going into like Narnia but for house music.
Oh my god, that sounds
yeah,
awesome.
It's really cool, and they have like lighting and all sorts. You know, you can like set like the actual DJ lighting, so it's like being in the club. And,
but is that only one place in the UK, or is it like a franchise where you see that like everywhere? That's so cool.
Like I say, when I went up to Leeds for the first one in the run up to Groove Horizons, which was the show that we planned in London. So that was why I was doing it, because I was planning this DJ show with Melonade and all the other guys and stuff, and Alex Hall. And it dawned on me like about a month into the planning process. Oh hell, I'm planning a show and I'm supposed to be playing at it, but I've never DJ'd before. What am I going to do? So I got on the phone to like Connor, Mr. Watts. I was like, yo, man, we've got to meet up, and like you got to teach me how to do this. And you know, he told me about like Pirate Studios and stuff, and I found out there was one in Leicester as well. So once it was set in and I'd been to the one in Leeds, I was just like booking in like 2 hours a week or whatever, which was dirt cheap. If you went off peak, it was £10, so it's like $15 at most, like to go and DJ for 2 hours on professional equipment.
That's sick. That needs to be everywhere. This needs to be everywhere.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because I actually looked into it when I came to Canada, because when I first arrived, I was building up to Essential in Toronto. So, you know, it was going to be the big one of like future funk shows. You know, everyone was going to be there. You know, like Fiverr.
Oh, Essential, yeah.
Android Apartment, Vantage, Desire. You know, they aimed to book like 30 different future funk artists, like all for this show and stuff.
And then COVID.
And
Fuck
And then
COVID.
COVID happened, yeah.
Yeah.
But in the run up to that, I was trying to find like somewhere to practice and stuff. And the reason I bought that DJ deck was because I'd given up trying to find like professional like practice rooms like we have in the UK. We take like Pirate Studios totally for granted, but it's an amazing thing. Like anybody can go and practice on professional DJ equipment as long as
Someone needs to like start that here in like North America. Let's do it.
It'd be super popular. It's one of the best things. It's a bit of a hidden secret as well because apart from at peak times, I always found I could book one. I'd sometimes be cheeky and take like an extended lunch and then go, because it wasn't far from where I used to work, so I could like drive there 10 minutes, practice for an hour, drive back for 10 minutes and be back at work, and then just like work an hour later or whatever. So I literally used to like bunk off on my lunch and then go and DJ for an hour. That was how I used to like take my lunch back in Leicester. Yeah.
If that was like a thing here, I would probably actually learn how to like make music.
For real.
I'd get a lot out of that. Yeah, Pacific Plaza's here, Alex.
Hey Alex, how we doing, man?
Yeah.
Oh sweet, there are like rental spaces as well. That's good. It's just run small business instead of corporate.
Well, of course that would be like in LA, like, or probably New York, like the bigger places here.
Yeah, I think part of it is like the UK is very tightly packed, like as a place, so there's a lot of big cities all next to one another. It's not hard to travel. I drove 2 hours to get to Leeds for like this big meeting and stuff. So it's like
I heard
it feels like a different world.
Yeah. I heard that the UK was like boring aside from like London. Like,
that is a lie. That's a lie. I say that as someone based in the Midlands who has an affinity with the North, but there's life outside London for sure. I really vibe with Leeds, like probably because I have friends there and stuff. But I think Leeds is a cool city with a lot of interesting venues and stuff. Yeah. You've got the music scene in places like Manchester and Sheffield is amazing as well. Like Manchester gave the world like the Stone Roses, Happy Mondays, Oasis. If you were in Manchester in the 90s, like the Hacienda Club was like famous, it's like the rave scene there and stuff.
Yeah, and like the rock scene as well with like skinheads, all that stuff.
Real.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I
don't think it's a fair assessment. It depends what you want out of like a city or whatever, But I never thought I could see myself living in London because it's like too intense for me. I guess I'm a country boy at heart, I like the open space and whatever. But I moved to Toronto and I actually find it really chill compared to London. Like it feels more like a town than a large city to me.
Yeah.
Spending time with my friends in London, and it's so hectic by comparison.
So, from the like start of you making music to now, how have you improved, and how has everything changed? If everything's changed.
Well, I learned how to sidechain about a year in, which was good. The absolute basics of Future Fan. I wonder why my songs took so much. I realised I didn't know how to sidechain, which is like basic thing, like drop sound behind the kick drum, so like it's that pump kind of thing. I don't know. It's a gradual process, and you kind of like you're building an arsenal over a period of time, and you're just like starting to like learn and hone little things, and sometimes you will have like a eureka moment. It's like, I've been doing this wrong, I've got to change that, and then all of a sudden things will start to sound better or whatever. But it really is just like about finding your own sound and stuff, and it's something I've been trying to do for a while. The first turning point for me was Electric Dreams ED tutorials, and a lot of people in the scene will always point any aspiring future funk artist to ED and tell them to check out his stuff. It's a very good tutorial that explains like how the basics of mixing your drums and how to sample, how to lay everything out and like chop things and stuff. And the best thing about it as well is it has an attached FL Studio file that you can kind of use and study and stuff. A lot of people actually use that as a base to then build on and whatever. But that was a video that kind of like taught me how to do it to a passable, non-sucky level.
Yeah.
So I think I used that one to make Strawberry Dreams, and then I think I kind of like started to tweak it a bit when I made Yesterday's Jam, and then when I became more confident in doing that, I started to like break out and make my own kind of bass chains and stuff. It just changes on it. It's you learn as you go, really. And sometimes it really is like alchemy. Like sometimes I'll just like
Alchemy?
start making other stuff. Yeah, like you'll think a sample will sound amazing, but then you spend like 2 days trying to make it work or whatever, and it just won't. It's like trying to force it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you try to force it or whatever. It can be frustrating, but and then sometimes you'll like be about to give up at like 2 a.m. or whatever, and it's like, oh, I'll try this, and then like 20 minutes later, you've got like the bones of like an actual banger. There's no logic to it whatsoever. Like,
yeah.
It really is just like, I don't consider myself on the level of some of these people that can literally just turn everything they touch to gold. I really aspire to like some of the like the Montaigne guys or men, because they are just like insanely talented musicians and stuff, and I'm learning a lot from them. But for me at the moment, it's like still very much a learning process, even though I've been doing this for like 3 or 4 years now. I don't think anybody's ever truly done in terms of how they learn, but
well, I think you're doing really well for yourself. I mean, you're also a really good performer of it, as I've seen on some URL shows.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bring a lot of energy, and your music has like a lot of energy, and it's good. It's really good.
Thank you.
If there's anyone in chat that doesn't know, listen.
The live shows, I love doing the live shows. They're a lot of stress to get ready for. I'm stressing about this one that's happening next Sunday that I'm hosting. But I always try and translate the feeling that I want to give to the music to the live shows. It's got to be fun. It's got to be a little bit tongue in cheek.
Yeah, that's what I love. Your shows are kind of funny and stuff. So, I like that.
I always say keep them laughing as you go, I always try and like throw something stupid in there, whether it's like some freaking meme song or or like just like doing something dumb on green screen or whatever. But buying a green screen was the best purchase I made last year, I think, because it meant I could just airdrop myself into these videos as well.
What green screen do you have, and how much does it cost? Because I'm looking for one.
I shouldn't actually I shouldn't actually call it a green screen of sorts, really. Where is it? That's it. That's the green screen. It's just literally a piece of green fabric. That's
wow!
The green screen. It's I paid about. There's a lot of there's a lot of fabric back there. I think I paid about $40 in total for all the fabric because there's a lot of it. I basically sellotape it to the walls and then just go from there. It's not perfect, and if I ever trying to do fully professional video again, it's going to be I'm going to try and buy an actual screen that you can stand in front of, but it works. It does the job.
As long as it works, yeah,
and it was a game changer for the live sets because I could actually be in them finally.
I need to invest in that, and I need to learn how to use technology better. I'm an old granny.
I will quite happily show you sometime. You just need some green fabric. That's pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I love doing the live shows, and I try to keep them as hectic and eclectic as possible. I think if there's one thing I can say, people do tell me about my shows, it's that I kind of make it seem effortless when I'm mixing some random ass genres. I can go from future funk to vaporwave to some French house, and then drop a synthwave track out of nowhere. but it's like a bit like the actual making of music. It's complete trial and error. And, I can sit there like trying to record a set for like days on end sometimes, trying to like
Oh my God.
trying to like it's a lot of it is a lot more planned out than it seems at the time, because I have to think about which songs are going to mix into one another, because I want to keep it fresh. If I wanted to, I could probably just like pick like maybe 12 or 15 songs now that I know are popular, like choices for live sets and stuff. There's certain songs of mine I'll always put in, like I don't know, like my latest Future Funk 2021 or Daijobu Tonight will go in there. But
that's the thing about like URL shows, is that you kind of have to keep it interesting, because it's like, like the live shows, you could probably go doing the same show for every show, because it's not like that group of people or have like seen you, so you could do it again and again if you're touring. But for a live show, it's like it's most likely going to be the same people, or you kind of have to keep it fresh.
It's tricky. You can't really recycle sets like too much. If I'll always do a fresh set for a new one. I'll never like completely recycle a set. But there are certain songs that, as I mentioned, I like to include in multiple sets. But that it's a challenge, but it's also part of the fun. Is like trying to find new songs to like include in sets, or making new songs to introduce. Live sets are a great way to like introduce new music to fans and stuff. In fact, I think at this point they almost expect it. Like you've got to have like some sort of exclusive up your sleeve for a live set. It can get difficult if like you're doing multiple ones in a month or whatever. But I have no complaints now, because I've got as much spare time as I could ever ask for.
Oh yeah, Daniel, DS dude. That's been my biggest hurdle with visuals, is trying not to have the same thing over and over again. Yeah,
exactly. It's because my kind of aesthetic is to like obviously green screen and then like just like backing visuals and whatever. I do like kind of like color changes and contrast and stuff to kind of keep it as interesting, trippy and psychedelic as possible. But it could be a drag trying to find new footage for it as well. I do recycle footage a fair amount when I'm doing these live shows, because sometimes it's tricky. It's tricky to sit there and find 30 minutes of stock footage, like old commercials and whatever, to like use for these. I'm even running out of like Soul Train episodes to get people dancing with.
Soul Train, love that.
Yeah, Soul Train's great, man. Like if you have like you have a background of like some like cool colors or like an old commercial or whatever, and then you like drop like in the center of the screen like some like old Soul Train footage or whatever, it goes so well.
I bet. Love that. So, I mean, how do you actually like? Oh, you know what? I really wanted to know this. So future funk, a lot of future funk at least, is very heavily inspired by anime. How do you feel about that? And how do you feel about the people who are like, ooh, fuck anime inspired future funk? Because I've heard a lot of people are like that too.
So like, I've never made a secret of the fact that I really like that aesthetic. It was part of what drew me to it in the first place. But it's not an exclusive thing for me, because when I was discovering it for the first time, I mean, the first thing that ever got me into future funk and made me realize what the genre was as I mentioned, Cherry Pepsi, Saint Pepsi. Skylar's never been one who's felt the need to like go down that route or whatever. But it was after like discovering him and stuff that I started like listening to artsy music and stuff, which is like the aesthetic that most people like would associate by default with future funk. Like Tanuki, Baby Baby No Yume, like all the young bass stuff, and all those gifts and stuff. I mean, I'm a I'm a weeb. I mean, look at this.
Me too.
I mean, look what Walter sent me. This is my mouse mat.
Oh my god, that's Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah,
so one of my patrons sent me this. It was their old Pokemon trading card game, Matt. Like I've got it like on my desk now, like as my giant mouse mat / like anti-slip thing.
You know, there are people who don't consider that anime.
What?
Did you know that? Yeah.
Well, it's strange people.
It's like normies.
It's an animation from Japan. I'd call that anime any day.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is anime. But normies who have watched it, they're like, wait, what? That's anime?
Well, that's anime?
Yeah. I'm like,
silly people. But no, I have absolutely no problem with it. I can understand why some people, especially people who have been in the scene since before it was a serious thing, like a serious part of the aesthetic, are against it. But I don't think it invalidates anybody from being part of Future Funk in the same way that choosing to have non-anime aesthetics invalidates you from being part of Future Funk. It's just another part of it. And the reality is, and in my eyes, the main reason it became part of the aesthetic, apart from the fact that one of the great strands of like sampling that comes from it is city pop and old 80s Japanese aesthetics, which instantly ties into stuff like your Urusei Yatsura, Ranma 1/2, 1/2, whatever the hell it's called, or those like retro animes like or it's the same in Vaporwave. There are bits in Vaporwave that like go into it. I think of like Dragon Ball Wave by Mitro and stuff, which is an absolutely banging.
Wait, there's Dragon Ball Wave?
You know the Dragon Ball Wave? It's a good album.
What the fuck? Wait,
Mitro.
what?
Check them out. They're good albums.
Okay,
Neon 95 did Pokewave as well. It's like these shows are still part of the same kind of like nostalgic element that drives Vaporwave and Future Funk. Yeah. So why can't it be part of the aesthetic? It's like if you don't like it, that's fine. Make your own stuff with like other aesthetics, but I don't see why people should be knocked for enjoying it personally.
I mean,
there is a lot of. I love it.
I love it. Yeah, it's just like there's considerably a lot of like Japanese inspired and like kanjis used in the vaporwave scene, but with Future Funk, it kind of ties into each other. Like it's very like most Future Funk people are like anime inspired, and it's just like. I heard like 3D Blast talk about how like the nostalgia factor is very important to the scene, and to lose that factor would it actually be like Vaporwave or Future Funk with? I mean, yes, Future Funk can be made without the anime factor, but like it's important. Like it's about nostalgia, and
I think that's what you can only go so far before you kind of lose the definition of a genre. And for me, the thing that loosely ties it together, it doesn't even need to be the music. I listen to I can listen to Future Funk songs that are sampling classic disco, sampling city pop, sampling Italo disco. Sampling house tracks, sampling metal. I listen to Tokyo Wanderer, who's like one of the most out there artists and stuff. And what they make on first glance is, it's metal and it's like psychedelic rock and that sort of thing. But the community that he's part of and the feelings that music brings you is what defines for me like Future Funk, and and by association defines Vaporwave, because they are it's the nostalgic element. It's what drew us all to it in the first place.
Exactly.
Like, we're all reliving some.
Oh no! You cut out.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, you cut out for a little bit. Can you repeat the last 3 seconds?
Yeah. I was saying like it's the it's like the little. We're all in this scene because there's like something in our heads that connects this music to nostalgia from our own childhood. So it might not even be one that we've lived. The nostalgia is a very funny thing. Like a lot of these kind of like scenes in vaporwave and future funk are an imagined nostalgia, you know, like somewhere, like almost placing you somewhere in the past that you weren't, you know, like this imaginary like 80s like Japanese beach, or you're in this virtual plaza or this abandoned mall or whatever, or you're just on a dance floor vibing with your friends, but it's 1986 or whatever. That's what it is for me. That's what both genres are for me. It's just it's just a connection to the past. It could be happy, or it could be like dystopian. You know, there's plenty of dark vapor out there and stuff. But it's like that's what defines the scene for me. And you know, the aesthetic can be anime. The aesthetic can be old school kind of commercials. You know, it can even be like world events. You know, I think of like something like Christ Deep Dark Trench. That's a very depressing album, and if I remember correctly, the subject matter was 9/11. That's a horrible thing that happened in the past, but it's still something etched into a lot of our own memories, you know. And we're making music to like, it's almost weird to call it nostalgia because it was a horrible thing and it's something that a lot of us would rather not remember. But it's like, you know, the music connects you to that past, and that's why we do it, and that's why everyone needs to remember that's what drew us to the scene in the first place. So stop fighting about anime and just make some damn music, please.
Exactly.
There you go.
I love
that's it. That's the tweet.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That was really beautiful and inspirational.
Can I just mention Enrayleigh's comment about making an Arthurwave album?
Arthurwave?
If you want to collab on a song based on the library card song.
Oh my god!
Isn't hard. When you've got a library card, I will happily collab with you on that specific song, because
he literally was playing
that's been stuck in my head for 20 years, so I'm ready. It needs to happen.
Literally, he was playing that in our group chat the other day. I shit you not.
Good stuff. Did you do the Jekyll Hyde one as well?
Yes,
like
he did. Yes,
Jekyll,
that was like the
Jekyll,
first time
Hyde,
I've ever
Jekyll.
watched it. I was like, "What the
Hell
fuck
yeah.
is this?" Yeah.
Yeah. Man, get in touch, Enrail, man. We'll do it. We'll do the library card song.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Oh my god, you guys should like make a music video together. That would be hilarious.
Look, I'll just set up the green screen and just impose myself on that video, like that episode of Arthur.
Yes.
And Rail can do the same.
Yeah. He's really...
Yes.
I love that. I just wanted to also know, how often do you dance to your own music?
A lot, I guess.
A lot?
Yeah. I'm not ashamed to say I do listen back to my own music, because I think... it's hard to improve on your own sound unless you're listening to it on a fairly regular basis, and you know kind of like what you'd improve and kind of things. But yeah, when I make a jam, I'm not ashamed to show it, especially since, you know, it's sample music, so a lot of it's like more remixes of classic songs, you know. It's like, and I end up listening to a lot of the artists that I sample as well. I've got a whole collection of like old like disco now, and I love it. It's so good. And but yeah, I like you know, I can be like cleaning my room or whatever, and I'll be, you know, I'll have Bomb to 8 State on or something. I listen to other people's music. Obviously, I'm not like complete narcissist. I'm not like sat here like just like staring at the plays on my Spotify or whatever.
Well, I mean, I think it's a good thing, because I know there's like a lot of people who when they make a project, they forget about the project.
Yeah, I've never understood I've never quite understood the mentality of folks that will like pretty much like disown anything that they've made in the past, especially since you know, with a lot of us now on like Spotify and streaming sites and stuff, the half-life of a song is it can be short, like if it gets played for 1 month and then disappears or whatever, but you know, a lot of these songs are getting some fair old airplay. You know, I've got songs on there that have got like 150, 180,000 hits, and they're still getting like thousands of hits a month or whatever. So people are still listening to them, and I don't see why I would like stop like playing those songs in sets or considering continuing to vibe with them, because other people clearly still are. So use that. Get to know the songs that you've made again, like, and reassess them and think like, okay, what would I do differently if I was making another song? That's a good form of self-improvement. Obviously, it's very important to get that peer review as well, and like have other people tell you what might improve your sound or whatever. But ultimately, you should be your own worst critic, and like use that to get better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. How do you feel about when you make a popular song, but you don't think it's good, but people want you to play it all the time?
Oh no, everything I make is brilliant. Never mind. I'm kidding. No, to be fair, there are songs now like where I'm starting to feel like it does feel a little bit played out. You know, like when like I still play Daijobu Tonight in like every set, but I kind of like feel like sometimes I have to shoehorn it in, like just sneak it in. It's like, oh, I want that one from One Away State, you know. So, but it's I don't think we're there yet. I don't want to be one of these sticklers that like has like a song that they're best known for that they end up despising because of it. You know, I want to be more of a Rick Astley type, where like 20 or 30 years from now I'm just fully embracing the meme or whatever. You know, like like freaking like Rick rolling people or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I need to get on TikTok. I don't know.
Yes. No. Yes. I am. Okay. I'm addicted to TikTok, so it's really bad. But I think it is such a good app for people who want to get their music scene. I mean, it used to be like SoundCloud, but now I feel like it's TikTok because a lot of people have blown up.
It's one of those worlds that I just don't. Yeah, I feel old
random,
for like not being involved in TikTok. I don't particularly intend to like be involved in it either. But I know that it's a very popular platform for discovering music nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, Christ became viral, like really soon.
I know, you mentioned. Vantage 50/50. Vantage 50/50 absolutely blew up. It got like 1 million hits off the back of TikTok.
Yeah.
So the crowd is there for sure.
Exactly.
But I know my music is uploaded to TikTok now because Sounddrop finally started to offer it. I do my distribution through Sounddrop. I don't know what sort of numbers they're pulling like through there. I should probably check my numbers from Sounddrop because they do give you like monthly reports on like how many people are listening and stuff. But I've not bothered to check. I just make the music. I just make the music.
I'm making
the music. Sweet. I don't know. I drink half a bottle of Italian wine and I actually turn Italian. That's that's how it works. Evolving into. Did you evolve? Italian mom.
Yes. Oh my god. So how did you come up with the name Strawberry Station? I'm sure you've been asked this a lot.
Okay.
Strawberries.
Strawberries are my favourite fruit. That's undeniable. I adore strawberries. I like strawberry flavoured things. I like real strawberries, strawberries and cream, strawberry jam, strawberry milkshakes, strawberry liquor. I really like strawberry wine. Right, so strawberries are my favourite fruit. So that was the first one. I decided I need something. It wasn't in the back of my head. I wanted something with alliteration, so it was more memorable. And station just kind of worked because it's radio stations. But the main reason I like it, and this is like the nerdiest thing, one of my hobbies is like train spotting. I used to. I'm a freaking rail fan. I know. The the viewership's just going to drop through the floor now. Oh, it's a freaking train nerd, man. Otaku over here. Honestly, for real, like I grew up like watching trains with like my grandpa and stuff. He used to take me out to like watch the trains go by and stuff. And I actually spent 12 years volunteering on a steam railway in the UK, like working at like a period station, like with steam trains and stuff. So like it's part of my blood. Even our family is like got history. My grandparents both met working on British Rail and stuff. So like I wouldn't exist if it wasn't for them working with like the train companies. Or whatever.
Would you ever own like a small model train like thing?
Yeah, I do. I told you earlier. Like when I was up in the attic, I found the Bob Marley record because I was up there playing with the train set.
Oh, right.
Yeah, when my stepdad, he's a knob, but he's got some he's very handy, and he built a full like model rail set in our attic that goes all the way around as a kid. When I was little, I was like down here, like I couldn't even see over the top. That was me. I was like trying to see, and he used to have to pick me up to see the trains go past. But I grew up now, and I'm like banging my head on the ceiling there. But that rail set's been up in the like loft for like 25 years now. It's
Are you gonna own your own? Like,
if I ever get a house, it's impossible to get one as a millennial. Let's be real, but I'll probably like do one. I always wanted to make one in the garden. I do all like the old man things, like pottering around in the shed, playing with model trains. It's one of my little escapes. I don't. I'm not like someone. I'm not gonna like accost you in the pub and like be saying, right, you want to go watch trains tomorrow? No. I understand it's a very nerdy hobby, so it's like whatever. But like, I chose station because like trains were one of my hobbies. That's it, and it also works because it sounds like a radio station. So
yeah, I think it's a really
station.
Like fun name, Strawberry Station. And I love like your artist Sophie that you mentioned earlier. What they've done with Strawberry Station and creating is that her, by the way? Like, is she the inspiration to
Soph? Yeah, she's I so the very first like album art that people can remember, the Strawberry Dreams one, I drew that myself. It was a pretty lame piece of album art, but I was quite happy with it at the time. It had like kind of quirky aesthetic and stuff. A guy called Ragefire, I think it was, like put us in touch, and he got a commission for me as like a Christmas present of like Ichigo, so the girl.
Her name's Ichigo?
Her name is Ichigo, yeah. It's Japanese.
Kind of like from
Ichigo-chan, if you want to get really kawaii.
Wait, what? Ichigo... What?
Chan.
Ichigo-chan.
I just call it Ichigo.
Kawaii.
It's like,
Sugoi.
Kawaii desu ne. Totemo sugoi desu ne.
That was really good. Do you actually know Japanese?
Hey.
Oh, okay. I don't.
I speak a very small bit. I used to do evening classes and stuff. It's like survival Japanese. I've never even been to Japan, but like I could probably like go to Japan, ask directions to the nearest izakaya, and then order a beer. So I'd be fine in Japan.
That's awesome. I want to learn Japanese and I want to live in Japan, but that's a dream.
It is a dream. I'm planning to go for the first time. So I'm 28 now. The absolute pipe dream, and I'm going to start saving as soon as I get back to England at the end of the year, is to do a big Japan trip for my 30th birthday. So
hell yeah!
2023, I think I'm coming. So heads up, everyone. Anybody that wants to kind of like join in on that, like just get to Japan and we'll like find a club and like do a show.
Yes.
My friend Kitsune is a. Do it. My friend Kitsune, Crystal Kitsune, went out a few years ago with John from Music's The Hang Up, Sparkly Nights, I think Adrian Wave as well was there, and they met up with Kiss Me Nerdy Girl while they were out there, and they did a show like in Tokyo, which was crazy. Like I've seen footage of it, and like it just sounds like the best time ever. I just love the idea of just going out there and like finding a bar and being like, yeah, will you let us do a DJ set or whatever? And, like,
do you know?
That's what they did.
Do you know if you have any like fans there and stuff? I feel like you would.
I actually have one Patreon who's based out in Japan, yeah, and
cool.
there's the odd like person on Twitter as well that like comments on stuff, and I'll sometimes break out the hiragana to respond to them or whatever. I'm not trying to pretend that I speak Japanese at any level above like a toddler But yeah. But I.
If you're a toddler, I'm a literal like baby. When it comes. I know how to say
I'm
kawaii.
baby. Kawaii desu ne.
Kawaii sugoi. Bonbanwa.
Make sure you pronounce
Happy
it right,
birthday.
otherwise you'll confuse people. Because kawaii means cute and kawaii means scary.
Oh, true. I only know my Japanese from anime, and I haven't studied it at all. So I really should, and I really want to.
Yeah. Hey, Blix. Hey, buddy. How are you doing? I definitely saw Torch in there earlier as well. Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
Torchy boy.
Groovy.
We mentioned you earlier. Hello. We're gonna get all of the California gang together when I finally go there. I'm toying with just jumping on a plane sometime next year once COVID's blown over and like going to California to see everyone there. So yeah, if you're there by then, we'll vibe for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go to Little Tokyo.
Hell yeah! Get some shinsengumi. Just like that was Aaron's finest moment in recent times. Was his amazing feature on the Tangerine Truck Stop classic "Californians Never Shut Up About California." He basically just like rambles about how great California and LA is for like 2 minutes. So Tangerine Truck Stop sampled the Red Hot Chili Peppers because they're notorious for constantly talking about California. And the song just like the song just loops like bits where they're going California.
That just sounds like Californians in general. All my friends from California, they always talk about how great California is. Always.
Yeah, I get that vibe. But then California does seem pretty cool, so it's like I don't blame them.
Yeah. Bless you, Nathan, for sneezing.
Oh yeah, bless you.
It is halfway point, and I'd like to ask everyone in chat if you guys have questions. Ask them now, please and thank you.
Or forever hold your peace.
Yeah. Nice wink. I really that convinced them.
I told you I drink one glass of wine, I get sexy. I get well sexy.
Do you know how to say sexy in Japanese?
Sexy. That's
the English way though.
I could tango in it quickly. I could tell you exactly. Tangoin.org. Or is that cheating? Am I not allowed?
No. That's fine.
Sexy. Yeah. So the first thing that comes up is sekushi. Motte means sexy, popular, or well liked. Oh, or this one. That one they'll do. Inflection. Iroppoi. Iroppoi means amorous, sexy, voluptuous, or erotic.
Ooh, iroppoi.
Yeah.
Can you do a sexy ara?
Ara. So do the fucking like nya.
Yes.
Arigato.
Do it. Oh my god.
No, I'm gonna like go right up to the camera and be like.
Yeah.
Nya. Ichi-ne-san. Nya. Arigato. Yeah, this chair's got wheels, by the way.
Same. That was amazing. I hope someone clips that.
Oh god, yeah. Zotika's just mentioned, sure, can I get a woo? So on my streams, we do for channel points. Like if you cash in 1,500, I'll do a personal woo. Like I'll pick up I'll like pick up the microphone going ready close like a woo, and then like that's it. That's what your 1,500 channel points gets you.
Oh my god, that's
it. My biggest regret was I added one for like 69 points, which is throw the game. So like if I'm playing like Sonic or whatever, like I've got to kill my character or whatever. Or like if it's Minecraft, I've got to seek out the nearest creeper and just like get it to blow me up or whatever. So, it's painful when it happens, but it's my fault.
Yeah. Are you into self? Wait, no, I should not say that. Are you
Yeah,
into
don't get terms of service. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say. No, I'm not. And seriously speaking, if anybody ever needs help,
Oh, yes.
talk to somebody you trust, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Moving swiftly along. Arigato.
Yeah, I did not. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. We all have slips of the tongue now and again.
Yeah. So anyways, back to questions. Cutie.
Yep.
Love her.
She's good. He's very good. I can't believe Walter's not here. It's his. Yeah. Rob, are you ready to return to England? Sorry, you're supposed to read these out. I will link them in the chat.
Okay, Zodicus.
Still
Zodicus asks, what's in the cup, Strawberry? You did say that earlier, but...
What's in the cup? Today, Zodicus, I am drinking a very large magnum bottle of Fantini Sangiovese. It is a Puglia Indicazione Geografica Tipica Sangiovese. And then whatever 2019 is in Italian.
Do you also know Italian? That was really
no,
good.
No, I don't know. I don't know any Italian at all. I just watched too much JoJo.
Oh, JoJo.
Buongiorno.
Yes. Have you seen the spin-offs?
There was spin-off?
There's a spin-off. Yeah, there's like a one where. God, I literally just made Nathan watch it. There are spin-offs. There's like two different spin-offs. There's one that is of JoJo. That's a spin-off. That's a JoJo.
Like the ones in there that like have like the Oingo Boingo brothers. Do they count as spin-offs? Like, because they're my favorite characters are the Oingo Boingo brothers and Shigeshi from Part 4. Like, I'm actually only halfway through Part 5 yet, so no spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm like I need to watch it before Part 6 launches.
Well, it's anything that has its own like series, right? Like, isn't that a spin-off? Like, there's the main series and then there's other series.
What, like I don't know, to be honest. I don't know enough about JoJo though. I just kind of watch it and vibe with it. My absolute favourite anime is probably Space Dandy. I was in Loose Love Laces survey the other day watching that, and I actually cosplayed Space Dandy once. I made my friend like a little meow hat, and we went to like MCM in Birmingham in Britain, like the Space Dandy and meow. It was it was really cute. It was really cute. And then like some guy, like, because I like rock the sideburns, so it's really easy to do like a do like a cosplay that involves sideburns. So Space Dandy has massive sideburns, so it's pretty easy. But this one guy like had his hair. Oh, it's really good. I think it's on Netflix still.
Yeah, or Hulu, and I have Crunchyroll as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Watch it. Apparently the dub is better than the sub. I watched it in Japanese because weeb, but yeah, it's I actually watched like one of the episodes in English the other day, and it's pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I should watch that now because I just finished an anime and I need another anime, so I'm gonna do it right after this.
I'm very slowly working my way through like the classics, so I'm halfway through Evangelion now. Halfway through Cowboy Bebop. I'm just I'm a Ghibli kid, really. I love the Ghibli. I call it Ghibli. I know it's Ghibli, but Ghibli.
Is it Ghibli? I always call it Ghibli too.
Apparently it's Ghibli. Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's a bit like how GIF images are supposed to be called GIF images, but nobody calls them it, and the creator of GIFs is really annoyed that everyone calls them GIFs. So apparently
it makes sense.
Space Dandy, yeah, I love Space Dandy.
Whatever. I call it GIF. I call it Ghibli. Who cares?
Exactly. What's your favourite Ghibli film? Go on.
Me?
Let's bring this one on you. Yeah.
Okay, Howl's Moving Castle, because I am a hopeless romantic.
That's a good shout. And I think Sophie's a great character in that film. I think one of the great things about Ghibli is Ghibli. it's the strong female leads. Man. Like it's not like overstated or anything, but like a girl can watch. I'm projecting here a little bit because I'm a guy and it's like it's not my area, it's not my thing to say. But I watch those and I just think like a young girl watching this film could like look up to like Chihiro or like Sophie or whoever else is in it, and think, wow, this is somebody like I could aspire to like be as self-confident as like strong-willed as this person. You know, like they overcome their adversity and they're the main person, and you know that it's good. It's good. You know, it's like.
I feel like Chihiro is more of a badass than Sophie, though, because Chihiro goes through a lot that I literally could not handle if I were her. Like
when she has to wash the freaking like smelly spirit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Legit bath, man.
Dealing with
even after I used to play football
face.
as a kid, I had to take baths after like playing on a muddy field. I never looked that bad. Like,
yeah. Like, honestly, I don't even know how I watched that as a kid and not, like, I was really bad with scary movies, and that's actually pretty scary, Spirited Away, but it, like...
Yeah, there's a few things. I used to like No Face until I started eating people.
Yeah.
It's so lame, it's just like... It's like me when I just can't. I'm just in bed in the morning, I'm just like... I'm just gonna No Face this day. Like, where's my coffee? I got a full, like,
How do you feel about My Neighbor Totoro? Because some people don't like it because it's too childish. Honestly, I want to know and then I'm going to go and talk about my points.
I really like it. I don't think it's one of the best ones, personally, but it's like, there are very few...
feel good.
There are very few Ghibli films that I in fact, there's only one Ghibli film I can think of that I genuinely don't vibe with and don't ever feel the need to watch again, but I might watch it I will watch it every now and again just to see if my opinion of it has changed, and it never has. I'll mention that one in a bit.
Is it the one in the sky? Because that's the one that I don't vibe with.
Raputa.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Tales of Earthsea.
Castle in the Sky was boring to me. I mean, it is really mystical, but...
That's fine. I mean, I would say that's one of the less, like, banging Ghibli films anyway, but it's like... The only one I've ever watched that I try to get into, but I just can't, is Tales of Earthsea. I don't know if it's because it played so straight edge kind of thing. I don't know. I think it might be that the protagonist is just so incredibly boring. It's hard to he's very wooden and it doesn't really seem to have any real motives or whatever. But you know, like I like the slice of life.
Me too.
I like the ones where not much happens.
Same.
Like, I love Only Yesterday. The one where she's riding the blue train, like, to go and pick safflowers, and she's just like reminiscing about her childhood. That is a beautiful film. It's such it's just a window into like ordinary life in Japan, like in the 60s up to the 90s or whatever. They're such an escape. I love those films. I even like probably the most controversial one is probably My Neighbors the Yamadars, which is based off of those like little comic strips. It's got the really weird animation or whatever. But even that one I enjoy because it's got that kind of like slice of life aesthetic, which is just like they're quirky, but this is just an ordinary Japanese family just doing stuff like going to the mall and losing their kid, or like complaining about what's on TV, or like it starts snowing outside and the dad's trying to get them all out for a family photo and stuff.
Have you seen the raccoon one?
Yeah, Pompoko. Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Dude, like, I haven't finished it because I was at someone's house when I watched it, but oh my god.
Yeah,
that was a fever really dream, though.
It's
good.
Crazy. It's really good. It's one with a powerful message as well. It's all about environmentalism and like trying to respect nature and like giving space to nature when you're planning, like, because it's all about like a massive like housing development that happened in Japan in the 70s, I think. So it's got actual historical context, but it's about like the impact on the wildlife because it was like built in a nature reserve or whatever, and it's about like these mythical animals trying to use their powers to like stop the humans, but they still. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's like it's interesting to see to see kind of like the narrative and stuff. But,
it's really funny and like really beautiful. I need to finish it.
It's definitely in my top 5 for Ghibli films. My absolute favourite though, considering I guess again it's kind of based on an actual point in human history. My absolute favourite is always because of the scenery and the setting, and also because the main characters are awesome in it. Is Porco Rosso. You ever see Porco Rosso with the plane pilot, the pig?
Yeah, no, I have to watch it. I heard bad reviews about it though.
Why? Those people are
They're
idiots.
really, yeah.
Those people are idiots. It's beautiful. It's set in the Adriatic Sea. I mean, granted, I'm drinking Italian wine, so I'm biased right now. But like, it's set in like the Italian Croatian kind of Adriatic Sea, which is one of the most scenic places in the world. One of the most beautiful kind of like waterfront areas, and it's all about seaplanes and stuff. And it's set precisely in the mid 1920s when like the fascists were starting to gain power in Italy and stuff. And so like the free kind of like Italian state was disintegrating basically because Mussolini was taking power or whatever. It's never actually specifically referenced, but everyone's going on about like there being a change of government and there being secret police and all sorts. It's like it's really compelling stuff, and the surroundings, man. Like I know Ghibli films are noted for their beautiful like backgrounds and scenery and stuff, but in Porco Rosso it's just on another level. It is otherworldly, man. I've not visited Italy yet, or like Croatia or anywhere. Like if I ever did, I would want to see that part of the world, you know, like go on cruises and stuff and see this coastline and see these like little old villas by the water or whatever. It's just wonderful, and I've forgotten the girl's name now again, but like he ends up lumbered with this like absolute firebrand of like a kid or whatever, who's also like happens to be like a real talent when it comes to like designing aeroplanes and stuff, because he flies a seaplane, you see, like things, and she's a great character. She's another one of these great like Ghibli like female lead characters, like but she, in my eyes, she's like the underrated banger of like the Ghibli the Ghibli cast universe, you know? But you will like it if you watch it and give it a chance. You will love Porco Rosso.
I will, yeah.
And
you've actually seen a lot of all the Ghibli. I'm like,
I've got them all.
I've seen like the most.
I've got the full collection. I got them on the Dove and the Blu-ray.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My friend had this weird like pirated like Chinese collection or whatever, and it also happened to have like some of the ones that they did for like at the like movie expos or whatever. I remember watching. There was this one where people are like eating hot spicy curry. It's only like 5 to 10 minutes long, but it's like one of the weirdest animations I've ever seen. But you can still tell that it's like Ghibli.
Oh my god!
It's no, but I'm getting off on a tangent now. Watch Porco Rosso. It's the best Ghibli film.
Okay.
Sorry,
yes.
what else has been asked?
Untiring Mulch asked favorite drink.
Favorite drink? Probably beer. I'm a beer boy. I'm genuinely missing, because it doesn't exist in North America apart from in probably like some really weird niche bars that are all closed at the minute anyway. But I'm missing proper like British ale, like that comes out of like casks, that it's like served at not warm, but it's like cellar temperature kind of stuff, like not super chilled and stuff. I miss a proper like pint of British bitter. You know, I miss going to the pub and just having like playing darts and drinking bitter with my mates. You know, like.
Oh my god.
I'm looking forward to getting back and vibing over like a pint with my friends and stuff. But yeah, I think if it's beer, it's going to be like a classic like ale. In terms of soft drinks and stuff, that's a tough one. I'm actually a real fan of root beer. I like like A&W and stuff, or like the proper like.
I hate root beer. And beer.
I know it is an acquired taste. I like cocktails as well. Mm-hmm. Cocktails, give me a pina colada.
I love pina colada.
There we go. That's something we can both have there. Right? If I ever go drinking, we're going to get a pitcher of pina colada.
Yes.
Maybe 2, because I'll want like a full pitcher.
Hell yeah. How do you feel about What is it called? That tomato juice fucking drink.
I've been given a sip.
I've
managed to get a sip off someone. It's weird, isn't it?
It's
weird.
Disgusting.
I don't know what Canadians are on with that one. Like, it's
That's
just
not
like drinking alcohol.
just a Canadian thing. That's like
they vibe
North
with it. Though. They like tried to claim it
America,
as their own. They tried to claim it as their own. What is it? What are they called again? It's like
Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys. Oh no, I'm not thinking of Bloody Marys. No, I'm thinking of oh god, what's the Canadian one called? Someone help us out.
I don't know.
No, I've not been to
I'm
a
not
bar in
Canadian.
Canada for like a year now. But it's like, it's a Bloody Marys. No, don't like them.
Yeah.
Canada has their own version, like they had like clamato juice too and all sorts. It's like it just tastes like alcoholic soup basically. It's like drinking minestrone soup but alcoholic, and it's
gross.
cold. It's like I can kind of it's not unpleasant, but it's like, why are you going to a bar and choosing to drink this? Like, you know what?
I personally.
What are you gaining? Just have some soup and then like have like a cocktail.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah.
Caesar, that's what they're called. The Caesars. Thank you, Zodicus.
Thank you, Zodicus.
Caesar, yeah, they're terrible.
Ew.
And they're not. Actually, no, I'm lying. As I said, they're not even terrible, but they're pointless. They're absolutely pointless.
I think they're terrible. I'll say it right here and there.
Okay.
Right here.
I'm trying to be diplomatic because I'm not in the country. I might get deported. But,
just for hating.
You know, I can vibe. You know, I can vibe with craft dinner. That's fine. I love poutine. Fine. I draw the line.
I think you would be deported if you said you hated poutine, not Caesar.
Yeah, but I don't. I love poutine. It's like one of my favourite things here. I might even make some tomorrow. I've got some cheese in the fridge. It's got to be with the curds. I've been educated on how to do poutine properly.
That's how you stay in Canada. If you don't eat poutine, then you're kicked out.
Exactly. So,
Maki, no, Ichibu.
Hello, by the way,
Maki.
Maki. How are you? Yep.
He asks, Straub, are you ready to return to England? Oh yeah, you have to return.
I mean, I am, yeah, in a way. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna get too deep down the rabbit hole here because you know it would border on like cringe political discussion or whatever. But I'm really disappointed with the way that the pandemic is being handled in this country at the moment. Don't be wrong, like, you know, England and the UK were a mess last year, but you know they got their poop together and they actually like got the vaccine on that. And so now the country's cases are through the floor and everything's starting to reopen. So it's basically back to normal at this point. Here they kind of like got too comfortable and stuff because they had low numbers last year and they didn't bother to procure enough vaccines, and now nobody has any vaccines, and we have a third wave, and it's now way higher than England, and it's very close to being higher than the US on a daily basis here now, and everything's shut down again, so I'm stuck at home for 6 weeks. So thanks, Canada, you've ruined my plans for the next month by not being able to keep it in your pants. But
at least they shut down. If that happened here in America, they wouldn't shut down. They would be like, well, who the fuck cares? I don't care here.
It's just really disappointing, you know, because I mean, I haven't even discussed it yet, but like, I ended my job yesterday. And this is a really exciting moment for me. I'm gonna vibe then de-vibe here because now, as of today, I am Strawberry Station full time until I go back to the UK at the very least.
Hell yeah! Let's get some S's in chat for this one.
Let's do it. Yeah. But yeah, like I've got a lot of time to focus on being Strawberry Station for the next few weeks because I can't literally do anything because COVID's out of control and they've just announced like a stay-at-home order lockdown. So yeah, it's like a bittersweet. It's a bittersweet moment, really. But I'm gonna try and harness it, you know, and like use the next few weeks to really set up and like get things going. All the stuff that I mentioned earlier. You know, like the Tape Club and like improving the Patreon, adding the new tier, hopefully making some new music that I can put out as well. But yeah, I had my phone call from the UK 2 weeks ago now, offering. They tried to call the home phone, so I didn't get it personally, but my mum called me straight afterwards and said, "Yo, it's the doctors. They've they've offered you your appointment for COVID vaccination. And I'm like, really? Sure. I didn't even it didn't even clock to me that it was going to be a thing this year, because in Canada they've just expanded vaccinations to the general public over 70. So like they're treating it like it's some big victory or something, but the reality is like it's so slow, and that's why there's a third wave. Every country that's actually managed to vaccinate is returning to normal. So congratulations to the UK, congratulations to the US, congratulations to everybody else that has actually got COVID under control. Get it in gear, Canada, please, because I really want to enjoy the rest of my time in this country. Otherwise, I'm going back sometime between August and October. I'm going to get my shot, and then I'm going to start vibing with the UK crew again. Yay.
Yay.
That's pretty much it. That's the rant on COVID. Let's get back to good vibes. Yeah.
Aw, that sucks. Everyone's like, well, Canada seems so great, blah blah blah, but they don't have COVID.
Yeah. It's a great country. It really is. I really like it here, and the people are amazing. I just think they're being kind of let down by the people in charge right now, because they should have planned for this and they didn't. And this is the result. So, thanks Trudeau. Thanks Ford. Anyway, no more politics. No more politics. Reset. Hi everyone, it's Strawberry Station here. How are you? I'm here with Molo. We're drinking.
We're drinking. Well, you're drinking. I'm just drinking.
It's literally that meme. Have you seen that? Have you seen that one where it's like my friend. I won't. Let's have a few drinks. I promise I won't get political. And then it's like your friend after 3 drinks, and it's just like Animal Farm at the bottom. It's like the big pigs and whatever. Your friend after 3 drinks. Like, I won't get political, right?
That's political. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I want to know this one. Pacific Plaza asks, have you ever visited the U.S.?
Yeah, I've been twice. And both times I went to fairly touristy bits. We went to, funny enough, the first time I went was Florida. We went to Orlando.
What?
Yeah,
and
we spent 2 weeks.
Come and see. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
I didn't even know who you were. Yeah. It was 2016, I think. Yeah, it must have been 2016. No, sorry, it was 2017. I can remember. I can actually place it exactly when it was. Yeah, it would have been 2017. We went to Florida. We were there for 2 weeks, so we stayed in Kissimmee. Did all the
Kissimmee. I don't know how to say it. I say Kissimmee.
So did we until we got corrected by the people in Kissimmee. So
I don't
me and my
live
mum found this
there.
really cool bar like downtown in Kissimmee. It was called like what was it called? It was like the three nuns or something. It wasn't the three nuns. No, it was like there was this bar on a corner like in downtown Kissimmee, and we used to go there. And like I was drinking like Shock Top. It was a cool bar, and like we met some of the locals there, and they were like, "No, it's Kissimmee. Why are you calling it Kissimmee? You're such tourists."
I'm gonna literally go over there. I'm gonna drive there right now.
It actually reassures me to know that somebody who lives in Florida doesn't know that it's Kissimmee, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm a native. I've lived here my entire life. If they tell me otherwise, I'll be like, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
Get off your high horse.
For real. Yeah, we went. That first trip to America was so cool. Like, we went to Daytona Beach and we saw like the racetrack and stuff, and went on the beach. The absolute best thing was we went to Cape Canaveral.
Oh my god, yes.
It happened to be the day that there was a SpaceX launch, so we
No
stuck around.
way.
I saw a rocket launch.
That's so
Cape
cool.
Canaveral. It was amazing. Oh my god, I've been like a low-key like obsessing like over like rocket launches ever since. So I've been like following like all the like Mars stuff. It got me obsessed with space.
Did you see any dolphins on your way? Because I saw dolphins when I went there. It was like the first time I ever saw dolphins too. I was like, whoa.
We were told to look out. There was a big bridge that you cross over on your way into Cape Canaveral, and they're like down in the harbour apparently quite a lot, but we couldn't see it from the car, to be honest. I think we'd have to drive really slowly and really like scan the water to see them. We saw plenty of alligators while we were there.
Yeah.
I actually ended up eating alligator without even thinking about it.
Really?
We went on like the gator like the tour that they have in the swamp where you go on the hovercraft or whatever it is.
Oh, in the
take you around. Yeah, they at the end they had there was a restaurant and we went in there. So I had like a catfish or something. Like I was we'll catch some fish, and my auntie had like gator bites and stuff. I thought they were just chicken, and then I had them. It's like, these are good. It's like is it actual alligator? And then the chef was like, yeah, man, it's alligator. It's like, really? Oh, sweet. I guess alligators are really tasty then. Like, it tastes like chicken. That's I can confirm. Alligator tastes like chicken. It's good.
I still haven't tried alligator or crocodile or whatever. I mean,
oh, kitty.
That's the one that's been scratching at the door all night.
Oh,
I just haven't. It's whatever.
The screen.
I'm like, you're gonna suffer. I don't care. I'll open the door in
good meow.
Half hour.
I like their little socks. They got lovely little socks.
Yeah, the mittens.
So cute. Yeah, but we did all that stuff, and then the second time I went to the US was 2 years. No, actually, yeah, it was 2 years ago. That was 2019, and we went to Las Vegas and all the surrounding places. So we did Vegas. I did the slots and stuff. I actually won on the blackjack table somehow. It was low stakes, but
Wait,
I can still say I won. I literally was on the table
won?
for 10. Yeah, I was on the table for 10 minutes in blackjack, and I got blackjack. So they give you this wheel to spin and stuff, and you can get like bonus money. So I like doubled my money for my winnings of that hand. So I went in with $25. I came out with $55. So I actually made like $35 on the tables. We don't talk about the $100 I lost on the slot machines, but
oh shit! Okay.
It still counts as a win in Vegas. You know, the actual table is what counts.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna gamble in Vegas if I go.
No, you don't have to. You really don't. Like the interesting thing about Vegas is if you want like a beer or something, or just like a cocktail or whatever. If you want to have a drink, the cheapest way to do it is to go into a casino and sit at the things, and like the Paris casino was our favorite because the actual surroundings inside the casino, it was like actual Paris, just without the French people. So for an Englishman, it was a win-win. Sorry to any French viewers out there. We're just teasing. You guys are all right.
I don't know. I don't like France.
Yeah, I got nothing against France. I'm just not that fond of Paris. That's all.
I'm not that fond of France. I'm fond of French people, but France.
Yeah, I can't diss France too much because I'm into French house now. So
Yeah, we can't. I wouldn't diss French people.
Nah, I've got to stay diplomatic because I'm probably going to eventually go there to do some record shopping or whatever. So we'll have to stay diplomatic, But,
but their politics suck. Okay,
yeah.
I just have to defend myself.
No, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Where was I? Yeah, okay. So you sit down in the casinos, and some of the machines are literally like 1 cent to play. So you just like put $1 into this machine, and then just like you'll pull it like every 5 minutes.
So you did it 100 times?
Yeah, you just sit there and talk to your friends, like whatever, and like you'll just pull the machine like every minute or whatever to like spend a penny, literally. Not taking a wee, spend a penny like you like spend 1 cent, and then
on the slots.
Yeah, it's you'll win occasionally as well. So $1 will like give you 150 spins or whatever.
Oh shit!
And then the waitresses will come around and they'll get you any drink you want, like that's on the menu for it. Technically, it's free, but you got to tip them obviously because that's how they make their money.
True.
And for $1, because that's the standard tip, you get yourself a drink. Whereas you go down the road to a bar, in Vegas, and it's $8 for a bottle of Budweiser. So, so it's a no-brainer. You'd rather sit in the casino for an hour, potentially winning money, and spend maybe like $3 combined on the machine and like a bottle of beer. Or a cocktail, because some of them do like mimosas or whatever, then actually sitting in a bar and paying like ridiculous rates. That's it. That's the secret. That's the tip.
That.
Go to a casino on the Strip in Vegas. Find the 1 cent machines, and then then tip the waitresses and get free drinks.
That sounds amazing.
Free drinks. Yeah, that's how you save money in Vegas.
Would you ever tour America?
Yes.
Okay.
God, yes. I want to do Route 66.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I was going to go to Chicago, because I was living in a doable position when I was living in London. I was going to go to London, Ontario, because I had the visa to go to the US. Go to London, Ontario through Detroit, stay in Detroit as little time as possible, and then get the train to Chicago from Detroit, and then just see if we could vibe in Chicago for a bit. Because it's a city with it's got the blues history, it's got the house history, it's a music city. I wanted to see that, So and obviously, and it's the start of Route 66 as well. So you start in Chicago and then you work your way down.
It's close to STL, St. Louis,
for real.
And then
Yeah,
Ronnie,
so
my
many
friend.
I'll get my kids on Route 66. Yeah, we actually ended up on Route 66 at one point because obviously it goes all the way down to California or whatever. But we didn't just stay in Vegas. We did the surrounding desert and the states and stuff. So we went to Death Valley. So we ended up in California at one point. So I've actually been to California once in my life, only to go to Death Valley. We went to Utah, Arizona. We did the Grand Canyon. That was the big other thing. We also went to Navajo Nation and the Monument Valley. Yeah, so lots of trips to the desert, amazing scenery and stuff, and we saw some amazing things and stuff.
That's awesome.
The Grand Canyon was really cool as well. I was nerding out because there was a steam train there one day. Never mind the amazing natural wonders of the Grand Canyon. I was more excited about the train.
Of course you were.
I'm kidding. It was a nice bonus, really, but it is incredible. The Grand Canyon is a beautiful sight, and it actually snowed. The second day we were in the Grand Canyon in May, it snowed.
Really?
We woke up to snow on the ground.
May?
I have a photograph, and I will send you it.
May?
Right after this. Yeah, I'll send you it now because I've got it on voice chat. And I see if we can get this up. But
was it nighttime?
What?
Was it nighttime?
It snowed overnight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't change the fact that it literally snowed. Literally snowed.
It's the desert, right? And in deserts, sometimes it gets really, really cold at night, and then really, really hot during the day. It's kind of
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
So, kind of makes sense. Kind of crazy.
There it is. I'll send you it there. I actually did a bit of copy. I actually have a photograph of my own name written in snow at the Grand Canyon.
And you
just
sent
you it
me.
on Discord.
Okay, I'm gonna try to post it on the stream. And while that's going, while I get that figured out, next question was from Wavy Panda, and he asked,
"Hi, Wavy.
Top 3 anime."
Top 3 anime. Ooh, my top anime is probably still Space Dandy. I love Space Dandy. Behind that, coming up close, it's tricky because. Which one did I vibe? I mean, as a kid, I always vibed with Dragon Ball Z. That was the anime that I grew up with. I loved Dragon Ball Z as a kid. We had it on rotation. We watched up until the end of the Cell saga, although I've never seen the Majin Buu saga, so it's kind of tricky to call it that when I've not seen the whole thing. But again, Evangelion's kind of close for that kind of second spot as well now, even though I'm only halfway through that. My problem is I don't watch anime all the way through. I'm terrible for it. I'll watch half an anime and then tick it off. But Space Dandy is undisputed.
Way.
Space Dandy is the undisputed number 1 for me for sure. Behind that, there's some vying for spots 2 and 3. Evangelion. There he is. That's me, and that's my name in snow at the Grand Canyon in May. Unprecedented cold snap. It was wonderful. You see those clouds in the background as well, the north face of the canyon was actually still closed to visitors because of the amount of snowfall they'd had, and it was inaccessible apparently. Like the roads in and out of it were blocked because of snow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was still like 20 degrees, like that's like 70 or something in Fahrenheit by midday, and we were like sweating. I went from going out in like all my coats and stuff. I was the only person who brought a coat on this holiday to the desert. I thought I might need it at night in Vegas, just as like a jacket or whatever. But like I was there like this. I was like there like this. I was like, oh, this is great. I went for a morning walk in the snow. I've got some lovely pictures of like the frost on the grass and all sorts, and like the Grand Canyon Village and stuff. And all my we decided to get up in the morning on the day that it snowed to watch the sunrise, and it was like below freezing.
Oh my God.
And I was fine, but everyone else had like brought the blankets from the hotel with them in the car and were like huddled up, looking absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna dox her now because my auntie sent me a calendar with with pictures from that holiday, like as like a memento and stuff. And it just so happens this week is a picture of her. This week is a picture of her. This is my auntie Vicky at the Grand Canyon in the snow, like looking very sorry with herself. You can't really see it so much on the screen, but like you can see the snow falling a bit there, like around her. Like I've not actually checked further along on this calendar, but there's probably pictures of like us at the Grand Canyon watching the sunrise and like.
It's so sweet.
It's feeling horribly cold. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm like enjoying the chance to relive it and stuff. But like you know, she took all these great pictures like on her proper camera like while we're there. There's a picture of me and my brother like in the Grand Canyon and stuff. It's like, and then like yeah. That's just it. Like this week, I've just got to stare at her, like just feeling sorry for herself in the snow. That's my auntie Vicky right there.
Shout out, auntie. Everyone put V in the chat for auntie.
Throw those V's up for auntie Vicky. Yeah, but it was like unprecedented cold snap while we were there. Like even in the desert, in the day, it was like 20 degrees. She just kept saying, "I've never seen the desert so green," because she's travelled like in that part of America quite extensively on her motorbike and stuff. But she'd never seen it like that lush before. We saw these amazing plants and all this greenery and stuff. We even went to Monument Valley, you know, like where they used to film like the spaghetti westerns and like they used it for like the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons and stuff. So you know the scenery and stuff. It's like bare, and you've got these big like mountains and stuff. Even that, like the ground was like green. Like it didn't look like a desert. It looked like grass. Like, it was crazy. It was like it was weird. You know, it didn't feel like we were in a desert, but at the same time it was really cool. It's like wow, we're probably the only people that are going to see it like this, like in 100 years, and we're here. You know, we thought seeing the rocket launch was lucky, but that was like once in a year time. You know, this was once in a century kind of thing.
Crazy.
You know, snow in the Grand Canyon in May is like almost unheard of. I was like, yeah, crazy. Anyway, sorry, my two other favorite animes.
I love that though. I love the story. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's about
but
it.
You only said Space Dandy and then
Space Dandy is number one. Okay, well, I'll just be diplomatic here and I'll just say Evangelion number 2 and number 3. There was another one that I watched, but it's not in my head right now. Pokemon. Screw it. Let's say Pokemon.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna say Beyblade. I'm gonna be edgy and say Beyblade.
Oh, Beyblade.
I have happy memories of Beyblade as a kid. And yeah, I had we used to play Beyblade on the playground, and the theme tune just still gives me goosebumps to this day.
To be honest, the only thing that I know about Pokemon is the Mewtwo movie. I did watch that when I was the
one that was in the cinemas. Everyone got the ancient Mew card, or was that Pokemon 2? No, that was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ancient Mew.
And Pokemon Go, and that's it.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So,
and then
it's probably this is a stupid admission to make, but there's one song that actually makes me cry.
What?
And it's the most ridiculous.
Oh no, you cut out again.
Ridiculous thing. I cry when I hear the Johto song. Oh fuck! Hello, I'm back. Tell me when I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
So when I'm back. Cool. Okay, so the one song that makes me cry is the theme tune from the Pokemon Johto series.
Johto.
Like,
Okay.
It's a whole new world we live in. Do-do-do-do-do. It's a whole new place to see. That one.
Are you gonna cry right now?
Nah, I'm fine because I'm here. I'm singing it. But like, if I hear that song,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but it just clicks this like thing in the back of my mind. This is probably why I'm so into like future funk and vaporwave and that whole nostalgia thing. But it really does literally just transport me back to a time, like a very specific time in my life. Like it would have been like grade 5 or 6 at school around the turn of the millennium, where literally the only thing in life that mattered was like getting to the end of the school day and getting together with your friends with your link cable and like playing Pokemon, and like there wasn't a care in the world. Like you were still kids, you were grown up and you could think for yourself, but all you cared about was Pokemon and getting home to watch cartoons and stuff.
Aww.
I don't know what it is, man. It's like I sometimes get it when I listen to Country Roads by John Denver as well, which makes no sense because it's like a freaking Americana song. But it's like I don't know. It's like it clicks something in just the back of your head, like
Yeah.
it really does. Like it just makes me. It makes me 8 years old again, like,
Aww.
which is like, it's really sweet. Like, that's it. That's the tweet.
I love your like catchphrase. That's the tweet.
It's not my catchphrase. Blame Twitter.
Yeah. On to some more questions. You already answered Sodakiss and said ooh for him, right? Or is this a different?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've answered it. Who else is saying a woo?
No, just Sodakiss.
Okay, well he made me say a woo, so he's won again. You owe me 3,000 channel points, Sodakiss.
Get on to it right now. Blake's Monimo. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Blix. He's one of my patrons. He's also awesome.
Aww.
Vibing out in Switzerland. It must be like 2 in the morning for you, buddy.
Aww.
3 almost. So come on, move. Let's do this.
Okay, a game night again soon? I hope he's still here.
He is a night owl, but yes, game night again soon.
Okay.
So we'll do it in the Twitch channel. We'll do it not the Twitch channel. Sorry, the Discord. We have a Discord for patrons, and we vibe in there and play games and stuff sometimes. So we will do it. We'll do it on in the next few days, I guess. We'll organise something in the week because, again, full-time strawberry. I could do it now. I can stay up on Friday. I'm most hyped to have my Friday and Saturday evenings free again because I used to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So.
And now you can party, and then you can stay up all night and sleep all day.
Exactly, it's like the really boring version of that Kiss song, Party every day. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, and then
we gotta
Torch.
rattle through some.
Yeah,
Yay,
Torch
Torch.
asked, Groovy Kaiju, when you did the Space Dandy cosplay, did you rock the pompadour?
I tried. So I have pretty floofy hair anyway, so I kind of just like went with the original hair. It was kind of like it is now, but I was going to mention. I think I got kind of sidetracked as I always do. It's like it's the freaking life of the undiagnosed ADHD. I think. But,
you know what? ADHD is a power.
It is for real. I'm convinced I have it, but I'm gonna send you our cosplay there. So my hair was way shorter than it is now. I could probably rock it better now, but the cosplay was on point up until the hair because the hair wasn't floofy enough. The pompadour wasn't there, but I'm more proud of the hat that I made for my friend. My friend was he wasn't even dressed as Dandy. He was just he wasn't even dressed as Meow. He just had the hat, but everyone knew he was Meow because of the hat, which I sewed myself. So it was like the very first time I made like cosplay costumes rather than just like buying one. So like I got like the varsity jacket and like sewed like the D on like Dandy, and it had the big star on the back and stuff. I even, the belt was there as well. I did the belt like he has, and yeah, if my hair was a bit longer, I would have pulled it off. But I did bump into another Space Dandy guy who was like basically dressed the same as me, but he also had like a wig, which had like the full on. The hair was like out hair. It was incredible. Yeah, there's me and my boy Jamie.
You look good.
Yeah, me and him are gonna like we're gonna be roomies when I get back in. But yeah, he still has that. He still has that Meow hat. I absolutely adore the Meow hat.
Aww.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah.
All right.
Next question.
I don't know if I can't. I mean, I'm like looking for a question mark. But if that's it, I also have more questions.
There's one more here. No Genki asks, Cosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Do you have any experience with Americana music? Yeah, I guess. Is it? I mean, my guilty pleasure is a bit of like big band swing. So I love like like Frank Sinatra and stuff like that. I think of like when I think of Americana, I think of rock and roll, Elvis, Billy Fury, Chuck Berry and all that sort of thing. I think of I think of swing. I think of the Rat Pack. I think of old Blue Eyes and stuff like that. That gives me that kind of weird nostalgic vibe as well, and that's like my curveball. If I want to listen to some music that's like not like future funk or rock or whatever, I will listen to Frank Sinatra, especially when the autumn comes. I don't know why, but when fall hits, like I'm always in the mood to listen to like Frank Sinatra classics and that sort of thing.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's my Americana. Yeah. And Elvis is cool too. I like Elvis.
Aww. I noticed that you have like a lot of albums on Bandcamp rather than Spotify. Is that like a choice or? So
the Strawberry Streams album that's on Spotify is like a pick of the songs from the first two albums. So like Yesterday's Jam and Strawberry Dreams that are safe for Spotify. It's like they've actually been transformed. Some of the songs on there, the samples aren't clear, so I'm not gonna like chance it kind of thing. But I try to make music now that will kind of like be acceptable for the Spotify audience, so to speak. So I will the track listing is fairly different, but basically pretty much anything I make that's fully complete will end up on Bandcamp. That's the Bandcamp and my Patreon are the first places to hear the music. I don't really update the SoundCloud nowadays, and Spotify is more for completed albums and actual like full-on singles that I want to like put out to the masses. So yeah, the first place to find new music, Patreon.
Everyone.
Subscribe now. I want you for my Patreon.
Everyone join the Patreon. Link is
probably
right there.
You're building up to that one. Oh, the links just popped up in chat. Perfect timing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my plan for the next week. Is like I'm going to start putting together this next tape club and then officially launch that. Hopefully before the end of April, so we can like get people on board. The order should be in by kind of like mid-May, and then they'll start shipping kind of like I think for the start of July, like once people have like signed up until the end of June, then whoosh, out go the tapes. So that's going to keep me busy once the show is out of the way. Yeah.
Krylo's in chat.
Yo, my boy, what are you doing up? It's like 4 a.m, bro. Go to bed.
Isn't he also from the UK?
He's British. He drinks a bottle of water, same as me.
Wait, what?
a bottle of water. You never had a bottle of water.
Water. Wait. Is that how you say it?
Man's thirsty. Wants a bottle of water. I'm insulting my own brethren here. Man's not thirsty. Yeah, Krylo's a friend of mine. Like we vibed. He was there at both of the UK shows. You were there at Groove Horizons, weren't you, buddy? I think you were. He was definitely there at Kawaii Carnival that we did in Manchester. We went to the true home of UK music, the Kawaii Carnival. We did it in Chinatown in Manchester. Aww. That was pretty sick.
Yo, Krylo, were you there when we watched K-On! In the Future Folk?
Yo, you're watching K-On! In the Future Folk server? You know, that's one of the gaps in my anime knowledge. Like, I need to watch some K-On! I know K-On! I'm freaking in love with Yui already. I've not even watched it, but I need to watch. I was at Groove, just didn't say that was right. Yeah, you and Snowdream. So Krylo and Snowdream, in my eyes, are the two ones to watch in the UK scene for real. Snowdream is okay. They're both really good friends of mine, but him and Snowdream are both super talented, and they make really good music. Krylo's got a tape out with the Corespect at the minute. Is it Superhero? Check it out. Go to Corespect's Bandcamp page. Check out his music. You'll love it. Buy his tape, please. Don't buy too many though, because I'm buying one when my next money comes in. Snowdream, my buddy, who I met for the first time properly, along with Krylo at Kawaii Carnival. He's got a new album in the works as well, so that's going to be really sweet. Yeah.
Well, we're out of time now. Do you want to talk about April 25th and Funky Sunday a little bit, and also shout-outs?
Sure. Is the Twitch in the links? Out of curiosity.
Yes, I have your Twitch in the link.
So I'm trying to set up like a new kind of show kind of thing on my Twitch. We've got our first one coming in next Sunday. That's why it's called Sunday Funky Sunday, because it's happening on Sunday, and going forward it'll happen on Sundays as well. So we've got myself, we've got Snowdream, who I just mentioned, Mr. Wax, we've got Crystal Kitsune, we've got Nexi, Aero Nexus, we've got Moki Yube, have I missed? Groovy Kaiju, of course.
Groovy Kaiju! Yes!
The boy 424, who's in the chat right now. So there's 7 of us, going to be doing sets. I'm in the process of editing the visuals for them now, and I've got to hit my deck and do my own as well.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, there's going to be 3.5 hours of banging music for you all, and it's also the relaunch of my Twitch channel, and there's some nice surprises in store. So I showed you earlier, Molo, what's in store. So yeah, so that's the plan. Otherwise, just going forward, I'm just going to be vibing, building the Patreon up, doing the tapes, and hopefully bringing some new music to you all. Thank you for listening to me to ramble. Thank you for listening to me ramble for the past 2 hours.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. I'm gonna also. I have 2 streams this week. I have Sky 2 High on Wednesday, and on Sunday I have Be Careful. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Hope you guys
this has
check it
been
out.
so fun. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me chat shit for 2 hours. It's Molo, you're a great host. It's been really fun being on. So thank you.
Thank you for being here. I was super excited to have you on.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Sorry for going here, there, and everywhere, but it's
you've been a pleasure.
I'm just hyping. It's nice to talk. It's just nice to talk.
Yeah. Well, I hope everyone has a good night. Have a happy Sunday. Great show. Bye.
Yo, Indy, what the hell are you doing here? Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Indy.
Especially Indy. Fucking lurking.